Lake Orion residents get up close and personal with bigger-than-life vehicles at Friendship Park.
Sammy Ciaramitaro goes inside OAA's Media Day to bring you the latest in Lake Orion sports.
The Pontiac Silverdome invites a new class of sport fans to their grounds for a speedy event.
And a local producer is recognized during the Hometown Media Awards.
We'll have these stories plus much more right here on ONTV News. At their meeting on August 3rd, the Orion Township Board of Trustees voted to approve Ordinance 151, addressing the growing problem of an invasive plant species known as Phragmites. Phragmites thrive in wetland areas and, due to their rapid growth, quickly choke out all other native plant species. The reed plant is rigid like bamboo and can overtake narrow waterways and even roads.
Phragmites, as you can see right here, and these are relatively short. They can get to be 15 feet tall. They have a very, very tough stem like bamboo that winters over, and then the next year new plants come up. And then they've got what some people say is a beautiful top that makes it very decorative, and in some cases people actually want to keep them without realizing what they're doing to the native plant habitat by allowing these to continue to grow and spread. Probably the most aggressive land plant in this area, I would guess. What you see here, which can get to be 15 feet tall, so obviously this thing is down in the ground much further than I am standing on. They get to be 15 feet tall relatively quickly. What you see is only 20% of the plant. 80% of the plant is a root structure called rhizomes, which is their primary way of spreading. And people say it can go anywhere up to 10, I've seen numbers as much as 30 feet from a plant to a remote location, depending on water and nutrition and that kind of stuff. So they will spread very aggressively, and obviously because they're so big and so strong and so aggressive, they will outgrow virtually everything else and crowd it out.
The ordinance passed by the Township Board encourages property owners to have the plant treated and cut down. However, if the situation gets out of hand and the plant becomes a fire hazard, then the township will take matters into their own hands and give property owners a bill for the treatment.
Absolutely, it's a good start. We started really looking at this probably a couple of years ago, identifying properties, finding out who owned them, talking to them, and seeing whether or not they'd be interested in treating. That's basically the same process we're now going forward with. It's a voluntary approach. A group of committee members are taking upon themselves, with Jeff Stout as the operations director in the township in charge, identifying properties and then contacting the owners. Education process, hit them to understand, if they don't know already, what these are. And by the way, that's changing pretty quickly, because people now will walk up to you and say, wow, I've seen more Phragmites than I ever expected. And so we can get them under a township permit, a no obligation cost estimate from a certified supplier. They can get the cost estimate. If it seems something that they're ready to step up to, they can do it. Otherwise, they can table it till some future point in time.
One homeowner decided to look into treating the plant on her own after they grew so large that they blocked her view of the lake and overtook the dock. A company came out last fall, treated the area with a chemical, and returned in the winter to mow down the plants.
I would definitely not ignore the problem, because every year they grow another 4 to 5 feet. They're very invasive. They kill the plants that you do grow. They come into your lawn. They're impossible to get rid of without the treatment. This year alone, I mean, just looking out the window, we do it a lot more often. We've had comments from several people that come to our house because they love the view from our house. And this year they've looked and they're like, wow, what a difference. This year you can really see your lake. And it's been wonderful. 2 members of a certified supplier came in with backpacks and a herbicide solution in the pack called glyphosate. It's buffered to keep it from affecting amphibians and other kinds of things, and basically they used a hand sprayer to treat that, whatever it was, acre and a half kind of a thing. It took about 45 minutes, and then I think in February it was mowed down. At that point, it was obviously looked like bamboo. Some people cut it, some people don't. And then as you can see from this year's experience, they've had like a 95% success rate.
Not only has the homeowner regained her view of the lake, but native plant species have begun to reclaim the area once dominated by Phragmites, and the cost only $150. If you have any questions about Phragmites or the ordinance, contact the township's Jeff Stout at 248-391-0304 extension 141. They will send you a committee member to your property to address your concerns.
Throughout the year, Orion Township's Community Programs Department hosts numerous events from the Bunny Bop in the spring to Cookies with Claws in December. And recently, the township hosted one of its most popular events, and ONTV's Joe Johnson tells us it might have been the best ever.
On the evening of Friday, August 7th, dozens of vehicles of all shapes and sizes were on display at Friendship Park for Orion Township's annual Big Rig Gig. Thanks to the beautiful weather, families came out in droves, and children were invited to climb, explore, and honk horns. Vehicles range from tractors to cement mixers, and the Oakland County Sheriff's Office even brought out their mobile command center. Of course, the Orion Township Fire Department was well represented with several emergency vehicles and fire trucks.
Oh, absolutely, bar none, the best Big Rig Gig ever.
Describe what's bringing people to Friendship Park today.
What's not at Friendship Park today? We have a helicopter landing, we have a hot air balloon taking off, we have people smashing up a car, we have the Jaws of Life coming, we have an outdoor movie, and not to mention all the other big rigs.
Quite possibly the highlight for many was the arrival of Beaumont Hospital's air medical helicopter. Based in Troy, it took only 10 minutes to reach Lake Orion.
It's a great event. We let them see what we do, talk to them. We enjoy coming out here every year for this event and educate the public on our services that we provide. This aircraft is a Eurocopter EC-135. We fly all over the state of Michigan. We cruise at about 135 miles an hour. So we can transport patients from accident scenes or from one hospital to another hospital for the care they need quickly and safely.
Waste Management is a parks partner, and they have a presence at the Big Rig Gig every year. Their garbage truck is always a big draw with the little ones.
Waste Management's been participating in this event for quite a long time now. We do service some of the homeowners in the community, so it's really important. Not only that, young ones love the garbage truck. They absolutely love the garbage truck, so we always have a good time here.
The Big Rig Gig started out as a fundraiser in 2003 and allows Orion Township to provide free programs and events throughout the year. This year's event was quite possibly the biggest ever. At $5 per car, township staff stopped counting after 700 programs were handed out at the entrance.
History in a nutshell, the first year, let's see, my kids like trucks, so I wanted to do something for at the time, my 3-year-old that liked trucks. He's 12 now, and this is our 13th Big Rig Gig, if I do the math right. Absolutely, that's why we have the event.
Look behind you.
Oh my. That is so awesome. This is only the second year they've ever made it. The wind has just not been right. The wind is always typically going to the south, which means they end up flying over Pontiac airspace, and that is restricted airspace and obviously a big no-no. You can't fly over an airport. So
Who are they?
This is Sky Adventures.
Sky Adventures.
Sky Adventures. I believe they're up in Oxford. I invite them every year, but the wind typically just doesn't work for them. So this is the second time they've been able to lift from the event.
From Friendship Park in Orion Township, this is Joe Johnson reporting for ONTV News.
The next major event the community program staff is gearing up for is Barn Days, which is scheduled to take place Saturday, September 12th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. in Friendship Park. For more information, visit oriontownship.org.
With technology ever evolving, one local company is looking to make the automated workplace safer so people and machines can work side by side. John Atwater has the story.
On Thursday, August 13th, Applied Manufacturing Technologies hosted their annual technology fair. AMT was founded in 1989 and is one of the leaders in applied technology. This year's theme was Collaborative Robots Applied, and the CEO and founder, Michael Jacobs, was excited about this new and emerging technology. 27 vendors traveled to AMT's Orion headquarters to showcase their latest developments and equipment. AMT invited 6 guest speakers to speak throughout the day on different topics related to their field. The idea is for this new technology to create a safer working environment for people. For ONTV News, I'm John Atwater.
Thanks, John. Now, we are just a few weeks away from the start of the high school football season, so recently Rochester High School hosted the Oakland Activities Association's Media Day, and ONTV's very own Sammy Ciaramitaro was at the event and had the chance to talk to some of the coaches and players.
On Friday, August 7th, 23 high school football teams were represented at the OAA's Media Day event at Rochester High School. It was a chance for local media to meet coaches and players with the start of the 2015 season right around the corner.
This is a showcase for our conference, and we think our conference is the premier conference in the state of Michigan, so we want to keep it here. We want to continue doing this, and we have outstanding student athletes, and we have outstanding coaches. I mean, you look around the room and you see tons of state championships between the coaches that are here or in the OAA, but I mean, we have outstanding kids, and anything we can do to showcase them, we want to continue to do that.
Representing Lake Orion was head coach Chris Bell. He brought several players with him.
It's always great to see everybody and to see all the athletes. You're bigger, you're stronger. Everybody's excited about the start of the season. It's neat to hear some insight from the coaches, and it's a great day for everybody.
When you look at this expectation of this team, what do you got heading into the year? Not going into pursuit because we have the people show coming up.
Yeah, you know what? We return a lot of guys who saw a lot of action, and the guys have really worked hard this summer. We've done a lot this summer. We expect to be very big up front. We got some great athletes as well. Our secondary is going to be as good as it's ever been. A couple of 3-year starters at linebacker. We've got a kicker who's been a 3-year guy. So we think we've got a lot of weapons.
There's a high expectation going into the season. We expect a lot out of each other and out of this team. There's a lot of talent, a lot of stuff going around, and we expect to improve from last year. Last year was a down year.
We did a lot of work on the off season. I'm just can't wait to get started.
I expect a lot, both sides of the ball this year. We have a lot of communication. It's going to be great.
We've worked hard this off season. We've grown a lot as a team. I think we've got a lot more experience, and it should be a great year.
Lake Orion shares the OAA Red Division with Bloomfield Hills, Clarkston, Oxford, Stony Creek, Troy, Athens, and West Bloomfield. I had a chance to talk to some of the coaches and players Lake Orion will be facing this season. Okay, now we are here with back-to-back defending state champion head coach Kurt Richardson of the Clarkston Wolves, of course. Kurt, what's your thoughts about heading into the year?
Well, we're excited. We're trying to build off what we've done in the past and learn from it, both positively and negatively. We've got a great opener with Macomb, Dakota, so we'll find out in a hurry what we're made of.
Well, it all comes to quarterback battle, of course. You got what's your thoughts about your quarterback situation heading into the year?
Anthony Reiner right now is our leading candidate. He's had a very good summer. He's got a strong arm, and now it's going to come down to how he handles pressure situations, which you can't do that in practice. We'll find out in the games how he handles those.
We're here with Rochester Stony Creek coach Brad Zuby. Of course, Brad, very interesting with Media Day. Of course, what's your thoughts about your team heading into the year inside the Cougar Corps?
Hey, we're excited about it. The guys are ready to go. Like we said up front, we've had a great summer. Kids are ready, and we're looking forward to that week 1 at Adams and the rest of the OAA Red schedule.
Players, what's your thoughts about the season heading into the year?
It's going to be a great season. Coach is getting us ready for Adams and every other team that we have to face. It's going to be a good season.
Excited. We got a great group of guys coming in. I'm excited to see all the young faces to come out and help us out. And we're ready for week 1 and all the weeks to follow.
We've had a great summer. We just got to keep working for week 1. We'll be ready.
We are here with West Bloomfield's current girls varsity basketball coach and assistant coach Zach Kilber's here. Welcome aboard here. And what's your thoughts about heading for the year for the Lakers heading into the season?
Oh, well, thanks for having me. You know, we're pretty excited. We had a pretty good year last year for us, and we got a lot of our kids coming back, and they've been working pretty hard, and they understand the responsibility of what it takes to repeat success, and, you know, they want to have higher goals than the people before them, so they're working to try to make sure that happens.
You got 5 Division I recruits on your team this year, so that's a huge expectation, of course, led by your quarterback/wide receiver, Tristan Jackson.
Well, yeah, there's certainly some talent there, but talent's only part of the game. You know, there's talented kids on every single team, and if other people are going to outwork us, then we're not going to be too successful. So talent's a wonderful place to start, and we're really blessed this year. We got a lot of great players, but we need to, you know, make sure that they stay hungry and that they keep working so we get to where we want to be.
My thoughts heading into the year, of course, we had some great teams here along the league. You can also, my projections, you can also watch my podcast on OA Now with projections. And, I mean, a lot of good teams here in this league. This is clearly one of the top leagues in the state. Expectations for Lake Orion is going to be very interesting. Of course, tough match week 1, Chippewa Valley. Interesting games against Clarkston, West Bloomfield, tough road games there. And then, of course, the home slate with Stony Creek, Bloomfield Hills, Troy Athens, Troy, and Oxford on the slate for the year. For ONTV News, I'm Sammy Ciaramitaro.
Lake Orion kicks off the 2015 season on August 27th with a game against Clinton Township, Chippewa Valley at Wayne State University. Now, the Dragons' home opener will take place the following Thursday on September 3rd against Troy Athens, and ONTV will cover all the home games in their entirety. You'll be able to watch them locally on Comcast Channel 10 and AT&T UVerse Channel 99. Visit OrionOnTV.org to see the program schedule.
On our last newscast, we introduced you to a local gem known as the Lake Orion Horseshoe Club. Recently, the club was proud to host the 2015 Michigan State Doubles Tournament. On the morning of Saturday, August 8th, 52 participants gathered in Lake Orion to compete for cash and plaques. The Lake Orion Horseshoe Club worked tirelessly to get the clay horseshoe pits to meet the standards of the state organization.
Well, for 3 years now, we've hosted the Michigan State Doubles here. We plan to continue. Each year it gets bigger and better. You can see here now more people come to it. It's just wonderful for the village of Lake Orion to have this and for us to have this facility to be able to do this. And we got Brian here today that brought some people with him. Everyone's a supporter of his foundation and stuff, so it's just a great turnout today. I'm glad the weather's cooperating and that we're having a good time.
Courts are very, very nice courts, good setup, and the Lake Orion Club puts a lot of effort into having this tournament. And this tournament is with the Michigan Horseshoe Pitchers Association furnished the meat for the tournament that we have. We're having some pig roast today, and everybody brings a dish to pass. And we also, the association furnishes the drinks today too, pop and water. And it's a good time for camaraderie for everybody.
Participants competed in 5 games throughout the day. Ringers are awarded 3 points. Shoes that come within 6 inches of the stake get 1 point. After 50 throws, the team with the most points notches a win. The top 3 teams in each class received awards at the end of the day.
Well, what we have here is that we have some people with some handicap and the elderly people that get to pitch from 30 feet. The men's group has to pitch from 40 feet, which is the traditional side. And then with walking doubles, you alternate back and forth. There's a special scoring, so the scorekeeper's got to call it. One player goes first one time, one player goes first the next time, and call it, kind of alternate back and forth. It's a little bit confusing, so we let the scorekeeper kind of tell us who's up at the other end. After you throw your shoes and you walk to the other end, pick up your shoes, call the score, and then you pitch again, or you wait for the opponent to pitch. The NHPA keeps track of all our ringers that we make, so as we go in, we have a ringer average that we go in against, and that's how we compete against each other. They put us into a group that qualifies us with that group. So ringer percentage, that's how. You know, I'm probably about 50%, so that's where I'm at.
Honored at the event was Lake Orion native Brian Thomas, who is head of the Road Warriors Corp., a nonprofit organization that raises awareness and funds for those who are undergoing treatment for cancer.
It's such an honor, and thank you so much, Ron, for inviting me to be here. You know, I grew up in Lake Orion, and this is this is one of my other goals of the charity, is to be a part and kind of blow up local community, what I call real America stuff going on. And the national anthem was beautiful, and this guy, he's an athlete here pitching, right? I mean, and bringing the community together, this is what it's about.
The Michigan State Horseshoe Pitchers Association will host its annual state championships over Labor Day weekend in Lansing. For more information, visit comepitchwithus.com/MHPA.
On Wednesday, August 12th, the Pontiac Silverdome was home to a television challenge. Richard Rawlings from Discovery Channel's Fast and Loud was challenged to a drag race by David Freiberger, the host of Roadkill. Built a car specific for this race, and Rawlings took a classic Dodge Dart and Freiberger took a classic Dodge Charger. They both dropped in brand new Hellcat motors with 707 horsepower each. Rawlings ended up winning 6/10 of a second, and that wasn't the only event of the night though. Hundreds of enthusiasts raced their own cars down the 1/8 of a mile track, and others registered their classics for a car show held within the event. Dodge sponsored the races and featured 3 cars of their very own, the Challenger and Charger Hellcats and Viper SRT. Free rides were offered in the Challenger Hellcat and Viper SRT down a smaller track to showcase their power and performance. Dodge put on a show by tying the Challenger, Charger, and Viper together for a 3-way tug of war. The races were held in preparation for the Woodward Dream Cruise held the following Saturday.
The Orion Area Chamber of Commerce welcomed yet another business to the community, but this particular business proved you don't necessarily need a storefront to join the chamber. On Tuesday, August 11th, Crate's Coffee House on M24 was the site of a ribbon-cutting ceremony to welcome a different business. It Works is an online business that offers a wide variety of health and diet products, from wraps that are applied to your skin to supplements that you swallow. Those attending the ceremony were overheard raving about a product that, when mixed with Crate's vanilla smoothie, was not only good tasting, but good for you.
Oh yes, our greens. Our greens are by far one of our best products. They are all natural based. They'll provide you with over 8 servings fruits and vegetables. They're a probiotic, so they're really good for your digestive system, and they naturally help to detoxify you by raising your pH level, which will help you fight off all sorts of diseases and illnesses.
I'd like to present you with this plaque.
I absolutely love being a member of the chamber. I love being part of the community and really getting to know everybody. They are so supportive. I recommend anybody who's thinking about joining to just take that step and do it, because they're a wonderful group of people.
For more information about It Works and its products, you can call 248-790-9167 or visit ayouthfulyou.itworks.com.
We here at ONTV are proud to announce that one of our locally produced programs has won a national award. The ceremony was held recently in Pasadena, California, and one of the 13-year-old producers was there to accept the award in person. On Thursday, August 13th, the Alliance for Community Media hosted their 2015 Hometown Media Awards at the historic Pasadena Civic Auditorium. The annual ceremony recognizes the best community programming across the country. This year's event received over 1,000 entries in a wide variety of categories. Receiving an award for Best Children's Program went to ONTV's The La La Girls for their Halloween special, which was produced by Kayla Sharp and Bella Shepard, who were 12 at the time that the program was produced.
The La La Girls, Kayla Sharp and Bella Shepard, ONTV.
OMG, here he comes now! Here he is, isn't he dreamy?
Your boyfriend is the creature from the Black Lagoon?
His name is Gilman, and we're in love.
You're in love with a fish?
He's not a fish. He's my boyfriend, and I love him.
Bella is currently working as an actress in the LA area and was able to attend the award ceremony and accept the award in person. So a big congratulations goes to Bella and Kayla for winning this prestigious award.
That's all the time we have for this edition of ONTV News. But before we leave here today, on behalf of the entire ONTV staff, we would like to thank Jonathan. Happy 22nd birthday. So I get you back for the last time.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there, yes.
So what are the big plans for tonight to celebrate your birthday?
Well, I'm thinking of going to dinner with my family later tonight, going to Olive Garden, which is my favorite restaurant. So.
Oh, that
yeah.
sounds fun.
Yeah, chicken Alfredo. Well, you can't beat it. And plus unlimited salad and soup and breadsticks and all that, so yeah.
On behalf of the entire staff here at ONTV, I'm Katie Ciaramitaro.
And I'm Jonathan Jackson. Thanks for watching.